The beloved sci-fi series Babylon 5, created by J. Michael Straczynski, has been in talks of a reboot for quite some time. Given Straczynski's continued interest in the IP, fans are eager to know more about the project's status and what the future holds for the series. A few recent social media posts from the creator himself provided a glimpse into the current state of the reboot and what he feels fans need to keep in mind about this reimagining. In this video, I'd like to cover these revelations from Straczynski and what this means for the future of Babylon 5. A fan recently tweeted at the B5 creator asking about the status of the reboot and whether it is any closer to being aired. He responded saying, "The studio is waiting for the Paramount merger issue to be resolved and for the streamers/buyers to figure out what they want to do and how they want to do it within the parameters of a new financial model, keeping B5 out of the line of fire until this is all worked out." The Paramount merger issue that Straczynski mentions is likely referring to the news that Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount Global are in talks to merge, which would bring together two of Hollywood's Big Five studios whose combined market value stands at $38 billion. These talks are believed to be at an early stage, and it's entirely possible that a deal may not even happen. According to news site Axios, Warner chief David Zaslav and Paramount boss Bob Bakish discussed a possible deal over lunch in New York. From a business perspective, it is believed that this merger between Warner Bros. And Paramount would allow them to pool resources and compete more effectively in the streaming market. Straczynski's update highlights what is perhaps the biggest industry-wide roadblock facing many new projects, including the Babylon 5 reboot, which is the current uncertainty many studios are facing when it comes to the streaming market. Because of the increase in both the cost of content production and market competition, along with the fragmentation of the streaming landscape, it is becoming more difficult for individual platforms to attract and retain subscribers. As a result, many platforms are now seeing dramatically slower growth or even steady declines in their subscriber bases. This has forced studios to explore new financial models in order to find a sustainable balance, which allows them to create original programming and acquire existing content while also remaining profitable. This process of figuring out what the streamers want to do and how they want to do it likely entails exploring new ways to monetize content, such as different subscription models, ad-supported tiers, or even experimenting with pay-per-view or pay-per-episode options. Given the complexity of this endeavor, it is understandable that Warner Bros. Could require a considerable amount of time to identify a sustainable solution that would make Straczynski feel confident about the B5 reboot success within the currently chaotic streaming landscape. While many fans may be eager for a new Babylon 5 series to start production as soon as possible, many recognize the prudence in Straczynski's decision to exercise caution and keep the project out of harm's way until the industry landscape becomes clearer. By doing so, he's avoiding potential risks and negative consequences that could come from making decisions during what are some of the most uncertain times in the industry's recent history. Rushing into production with a now-or-never mindset could precipitate disastrous consequences, including the possibility of a swift cancellation due to the volatile nature of the streaming market. Such a scenario would diminish the likelihood of the series being revived in the future, underscoring the importance of exercising patience and foresight. Therefore, by holding off on any major decisions until the merger issue is resolved and new financial models are established in the streaming market, Straczynski is prudently aiming to establish a more stable foundation for the franchise. This will enable him to make well-informed decisions that will contribute to Babylon 5's long-term success. While it may be a pain for fans to wait, this cautious approach is crucial in safeguarding the franchise's reputation and ensuring its enduring strength. In fact, this measured and strategic mindset is a fundamental aspect of what made the original Babylon 5 series so successful. By staying true to these principles, Straczynski is laying the groundwork for a promising future for the potential reimagining of his beloved sci-fi franchise. In another recent social media thread, the B5 creator voiced his commitment to getting this project right. He said, "Here's what folks need to bear in mind about the reimagining. 1. We have this in process. We don't need to go out and try to drum up interest in something nobody's heard about before. 2, the B5 story was a documentary covering 5 years of history, like a real-world doc covering the 5 years in Germany before World War II. Yes, World War I happened before, with consequences, and we see the seeds of World War II, but World War II is not what the story is about. So things happen that we referred to before and after the 5-year history of B5, but there was never any intention to tell those stories, their background to that very specific slice of history. Finally, 3, when Warner's asked what story I wanted to tell, this was/is the story I want to tell, same as I wanted to tell the original story. Fans seem to like that I fought for my vision, my story for B5 to be all that I wanted it to be. So it's counterintuitive to say, no, tell this story or that story, not the story you want to tell and produce and battle for every day. We have one shot to revive the Babylon 5 universe, and this is it. So it's clear that in the new reimagining, JMS is taking a similar approach to the original. He is not trying to rewrite history or change the events that occurred before or after the original series. Instead, he is using these events as background to help inform the new story that he wants to tell. As he noted, this dedication to his own vision is what has endeared him to fans who appreciate the fact that he fights for his ideas and works tirelessly to make them a reality. This reputation engenders a notable level of trust among fans who believe in Straczynski's capacity to oversee a compelling continuation of the franchise. Although it appears that the Babylon 5 reboot is remaining in a state of hiatus, fans of the series can take comfort in the knowledge that JMS is continuing to vigilantly oversee its development. His unwavering commitment to preserving the core essence of the original series while infusing it with innovative elements reflects his dedication to honoring the legacy of Babylon 5. Through meticulous attention to detail and a keen understanding of what made the original series resonate with audiences, Straczynski is determined to craft a reboot that not only pays homage to its predecessor, but also is aimed at captivating a new generation of viewers. But I'm curious to know what you think of Straczynski's latest insights into his approach and the current state of the Babylon 5 reboot. Do you feel it's wise to lay low with the project until the tumultuous streaming landscape settles down? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive content and perks. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.